got you all gassed up. Yeah. Changing your opinion on me. I was only gone for the...
What is going on? So I'm back with another one. I've been doing a lot behind the scenes, not gonna lie to y'all. Yeah, I kind of just been getting to it, but I'm gonna update y'all. Also try to kind of walk y'all through what I'm doing in the, I guess, over the next few hours, days. I'm gonna try to keep y'all updated. That's the plan. Put that right there. So far, got the radio in. I believe last video y'all seen the radio in, but like the radio's in. The last piece that covers up all of this, I haven't finished yet because I gotta cut out the center of that, do all of that good stuff. It's a lot, I ain't gonna lie, but we gotta get that done. I ran my power wire, so I've already relocated my battery. I'll show y'all that. Today I'm gonna work on running these wires for the speakers. So I've already ran the wires for the speakers that's going back there. I've also ran pretty much the harness for the radio itself. I've ran that and I've mounted it where it's gonna be permanently. I haven't cleaned any of it up because I'm still trying to go through everything. And then we got power wire. So my power wire is going to a distribution block that I have up under my dash. So I have a power side for the distribution block and then I have a ground side. I don't know, because without my light, let me see. Sorry, y'all can kind of see right there. So like I got my power one and then I got my ground one. That way all my grounds and stuff is good and I don't gotta cut up the insulation I put in here too much. I just gotta drill like holes and we'll put holes and whatnot in them. So we got that so far. Then like this power wire is gonna kind of be ran, I'm mounted all the way back and then it'll run down the side all the way to the back. I gotta get these here set in place, but I'm gonna work on those. Going through hella zip ties, not gonna lie. So when you're doing your wiring, depending on if you a novice or if you're a professional, of course you do it your way, you know. Like me, I'm kind of like I'm novice at this for real. Because of my homeboy Malik, that's the real reason why I'm sitting here wiring all of this up. And that's because if it were him, I know he just rewire stuff. Like that man know how to build a whole harness, like one of the plug-in like F1 type harnesses. I ain't that deep in it, you feel me? But I'm gonna clean it up, make it neat, make it nice, make it able so if I ever have to troubleshoot anything, or hell, if I sell the car and somebody has to troubleshoot something, it'll be easy. So relocated my battery back here. It is on a mount, so I'm gonna have to grab my light for y'all. Give me 1 second. All right, so I had to grab my light. So, all right, battery relocation kit. I'm not gonna lie, I did not go with a crazy expensive one. I went with a budget friendly one that was stable and not gonna go nowhere. So that's where we at with this one. I do have to get, I gotta add that one right there to hold the battery in place. The bolts that they sent me with the kit did not work. Well, I ain't gonna say the bolts. The nuts for the bolts did not work. They were not the right size, which is fine. The kit wasn't that much, but I relocated my battery. Once I put that little top bracket right there on, she'll be stable in place, can't go nowhere. Fine by me. And then we're gonna get to doing the rest of this wiring. So what I also did, because I'll show y'all this. Now again, you don't gotta go this deep if you decide to do this. But for me, troubleshooting wise, like I want to know exactly what stuff goes to, so like I label them. So this is labeled positive for the block. So for me, what I know that means is this is the positive to the distribution block, so that when I add it on to my terminals for the battery, I know that that's what this one's gonna be. I know where it's gonna go, what it's gonna go to. I'll have to stress about it, worry about it if I ever have to hunt down what that wire is. But yeah, we're gonna continue wiring. I'm gonna go from there. I'll show y'all what I did on the other side over here. And let me turn the light off there. That light died quick. I ain't gonna hold you, like real quick. So I've been going through this harness a little bit. So like I know these go to my rear tails as of right now. It's still a mess, still a monstrosity. But like, all right, with this harness right here, I got these 2 wires go to my tweeters. This is going all the way to where my amp rack is, so that it can be tied into my RCA for my subs. And then like I'm about to run, since I got 6x9s going in here, I'm about to run the wires for my 6x9s. I'm gonna go ahead and put those in. I'm gonna run, I think I'm running 16 gauge for those. I think I'm running 18 for everything up front, and then I'm running 16. Matter of fact, let's see. Yeah, I'm running 16 gauge on the 6x9s. I'm running 18 gauge on everything coming off the radio. And I believe everything to the 22 circuit is either 16 or 18 gauge. Don't quote me on it because I'm not 1000% sure, but we gonna get into it. I'm gonna try to get this done. I know wiring is boring, so I'm not finna sit here and have y'all watch me wire shit up for like 30 fucking minutes. But I will update y'all piece by piece every little bit that I get. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, y'all. So I'm running through y'all a quick little update. What's going on? So, this is my loom for my front passenger side speakers and my rear tweeters, right? So I took the loom off the radio, and then I went ahead and combined them coming off of it, and then when they split, I split them off. So what I'll have in a nutshell will be, see, I got, how I'm gonna say it might be wrong, so hey, look, don't butcher me in the comments or whatever. But like, so I'm gonna run my shielded, I can't think of what it's braided, so it's a braided loom. So I'm pretty much run my braided loom. I'll run them as one into that, and I'll measure how long this is from the actual point where I have it split off. So I'll measure that, cut the braided loom to that, and then have it sorry y'all, and then I'll have it here, and then I'll put a heat shrink around here so it won't frail up or fray, whatever the word is, but when it basically splits apart. So I'll stop that, and then I'll split into 2 more braided looms, one leading to the passenger side speakers, the other leading to the passenger side tweeters, and that's how I'll keep it nice and neat. And then I'll label it for what's what. I kind of got to figure out how I'm gonna label these, if I'm gonna just label it as what it is, which would be like passenger side speaker, and then remember the colors, because black is my ground, and then of course the yellow color is my positive. So I got to figure out how I'm gonna do that part, if I'm gonna have it on the label or if I'm not. I haven't thought that far yet, so I'll figure that part out after I get this pretty much ran in the direction that I'm gonna run it. I'll run my power wire that I made last night up against it, and then see how they fit side by side, pretty much seeing how it'll look tucked and hidden away. Then after I finish that, I will tweak the other side. So what I'm learning as I go along, because I'll show y'all, hold on, my brother calling me. I'm showing y'all my mistakes and all. So like the way I did that first side, I thought about this side a little bit more, and then I decided to do this side different. So I'll go back and redo that side the exact same way, because I like the way I split this off. So after I finish this section, then we'll work on getting the 6x9s wired up, because those wires will come down here out this hole and then come back up to go back to the amp in the back. So we're getting somewhere, but yeah, it's kind of like all over the place. So we getting there, we getting there. All right, quick little update for the day. So this is what we got done. I got my only wire I got hanging on this side now is this one right here. It goes to the middle speaker. I'm gonna tap into the tweeters for the rear. I'm gonna tap into those, that way I run power to this, because it'll be the same. Then as y'all can see, I've mocked up where everything gonna go before I get to wrapping it. So I got everything running neatly down this side for what I got right now. It come up on this pillar right here. We got the power wire from the battery that's going to the distribution block. That was gonna run straight back that way. Tweeter's gonna run up this way. Then I'm gonna wire up the 6x9s. I'm gonna drop the cord for the 6x9s through the bottom of here, and then we gonna run it back up this way, so then it'll follow this power wire to the back to the amp. I went ahead, I'm gonna take apart the other side like I was telling y'all. Probably come in here tonight, take this apart, and then I'll build a few separate looms like I did that one and mock that up so I can see where they go. I just made the power wire for the fuse box, so I got just a little spade connector. I'm gonna connect it on the inside of that, and then I'm gonna run it straight to the distribution block. That'll go there, and then I'm gonna show y'all how I did my tweeters. So I know it's messy in here, y'all don't judge me, it's a shop, it's messy right now. So what I'm working on with my tweeters is, this is the piece that goes over the 6x9s. So I'm gonna just show y'all like it go. This piece fits in right here. Oh, it's kind of dark, y'all can't really see. Let me grab my light, hold on. All right, got my light. So this is gonna kind of go like this over this, and then we got the other plastic piece that goes over top of it. So what I'm finna mock up to make sure so that the tweeters have enough room is, I'm gonna loosely fit it in to make sure that's enough space. And then what I'm gonna do on the back of, so I'm gonna put this in here like this right here. Let me see, try to get it in. And then I'm gonna cut the hole where this is so that the tweeter sits flush, so that this whole thing will sit flush right there. And then I'm gonna cover this up so y'all will see how I cover it up. I gotta get all this glue off of here. I'm gonna take some mineral spirits, cover it in that, let it sit, scrape all of this off, and then I'm gonna sand it down, prep it. And how I'm gonna do mines is I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Everybody got their own way of doing stuff, but what I'm gonna do is to get the best coverage as far as covering up. Let me see what's left of, like, y'all know that texture that's on the plastic, because I'm gonna try to recreate that texture. So what I'm gonna do is sand it down as far as I can get it without creating like it's where shredded plastic. We're gonna lay 1K epoxy over it. I'm gonna let that sit and cure, and then we're gonna drop 2K primer, the high build, all over it. Then after we drop that, I think I might got a box open. Let me see. I don't, but we got this VHT, and it is the speckle paint, and then we're gonna drop that over it because it changes with heat. So I'll drop that over it. That's gonna be my test. Now to test it, I'm probably gonna do, I think I got my pillars around here somewhere, but I'm gonna use one of the pillars to test it, and we're gonna see how that turns out. If it turns out how I think in my head and it recreates that same pattern, that's how I'm gonna texture the whole, all of my interior plastics, so that I know they'll last. They'll be strong. And then like the stuff I wanted to wrap, I went ahead and wrapped, like, ooh, I just made that dirty. Cover that right on back up. Like my amp rack, wrap that in leather. I got a top piece in the back that I wrapped in leather. We are gonna prep this along with the T-tops because I do have to redo the T-tops. I'll show y'all that kind of after we get this first stage of wiring set up. But I wrapped this back part here in leather. The headliner y'all saw was wrapped in diamond stitched fabric, and then we got like these little pieces right here. I'm debating on whether or not I'm probably gonna have them wrapped in leather as well. So these will probably be wrapped in leather. I'll just try to clean the center console as best I can for real, and then I'll rewrap this. And then we got our door card inserts over here, which I got to get redone. So whole lot to go, long way to go, but we getting somewhere. It's looking better, but we gonna keep going from there, man. So that's all I got for right now. I'll probably be back tonight with an update of how I redo this loom on this side, and then I also need to get some more zip ties because I'm about out, so we'll figure that out too. But I appreciate y'all guys, man. We'll be back with a little update in a little bit, because for y'all it's gonna be like 5 seconds. For me it's gonna be like hours. Yeet. All right, so we marked up. I know I told y'all we'd do that later tonight, but I went ahead and did this while I had the time. So we got the tweeters. Oh, let me hit it with the light. All right, we fit the tweeter at the top. She's in there perfect, exactly where I want her at. I put the tape so that it wouldn't move while I was drilling. So we're pretty decent right here. Then I'm just gonna have to slide it in some more. So actually what I'm finna do is I'm finna pop it out right quick and then slide it fully in and we gonna see. All right, so she's in there perfect, sitting flush. Don't mind this, it's pretty much the old fabric that's still up here that was on the back. I'll get it all off before I glue on the new fabric that I'm gonna be using. But yeah, we got our tweeter in, so I can run the wires to this so we can test the tweeter right here. I gotta get the other side straight. So basically what I'm gonna do, we're gonna get everything mocked up, routed, and then I'm gonna test it. So we'll test the system, make sure everything works as it should, and then we'll continue to mosey on down from there. But y'all be back with a little update tonight, man. All right, what is going on? So where we at right now is further than we were before. That sounds so stupid, I ain't gonna lie. All right, so Pete, what we got going on, right? I done ran everything for the speakers, everything for the 6x9s. Everything's measured exactly where it's gonna go. Amp up, battery relocated, terminals on. Still gotta get that fixed up. My RCAs for 6x9s and sub, they're supposed to be here today. So hopefully I can get that wired in, then I can run a test. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, because of the music I'm gonna play, the test video is probably gonna be on my Instagram. That way I don't get hit with copyright. If I do test it and put it in this video, I'll use one of the songs I play like while I'm at the shop or whatever and I'm recording. Still gotta get the other 10 wired in and set up, so we gotta work on that. I've been tinkering with the window switches, so let me see, because I wanted, when I pull everything out the lumen, I just want to pull everything out the lumen and put it back. But I've been tinkering around with the window switches, so this is where we at with this one. So I kind of figured out, they sent me a shoddy harness. Hold on, you guys. All right, so I was running y'all through how I got this wire harness. All right, so I got a window switch wire harness, right? And the wiring harness they sent me, they did not do correctly, so I took the complete thing apart and we're basically gonna build our own from scratch based off of what we got here with this harness. So if you ever encounter a harness like this, right, your blue and green is gonna be your signal wires, your black can be your grounds, or brown can be your grounds. So you really might have to play with the harness depending on what you got. Like on this one, my secondary for my driver's side, which goes to my passenger window, right, I have browns as my signal on that one, where on my driver's side I have blue and green for my signal, black is a ground, red is my 12 volts. On my other one, which I'm gonna show y'all, is how it's supposed to be for, I guess you would consider a standard switch. So on this one we got 2 browns, which is my ground, my blue for my signal, my green for my signal, my red for my 12 volts. So regardless of what harness you guys order or tinker with, check your stuff, because just because you ordered it from a company does not always mean it's right. Because as you can see, I got one that's the colors I was expecting, and then I got one that's not the colors I was expecting. So we're gonna get that figured out. I've already ran it through the door, so like I'm about to show y'all what we got over there right quick. So I've already ran a wire through my door. It's going through the grommet, and I'm gonna take this wire and I'm gonna run it up under the dash back there, so that way I can see how far I need it. And this is all gonna go up to a secondary, I guess an auxiliary fuse box. I was gonna wire it into the main harness, but I decided not to do that. So I'm going to wire it into that one, and then that auxiliary, the auxiliary fuse box I got is gonna run off for 12 volts, a 12 volt ignition. So when it senses an ignition source, like the key being turned on, that box will get power and then send power to certain things. So I'm gonna have like my lights on that one, not like the headlights and stuff, but like I'm gonna have ambient lights throughout the inside of the car. So like those lights will be on that fuse box. The windows will be on that fuse box. Anything else that I can think of that's gonna need 12-volt ignition will be on that box, because I don't want to tamper with the additional wires on this harness yet, because I'm still picking through some stuff on this harness. So far with this one, I've gotten a few of these that I'm gonna use, push to the side and straighten out, but not all of them, and I'm still figuring out others. And then I'm also in touch with Speedway Motors, and they're helping me out with some of it, because I did end up getting a shoddy harness. They are a great help if you do order from them guys, but again, just because you ordered it from somewhere does not mean it's always gonna come out correct. I went ahead and split up this wire and harness here too, so I split these two, which this is gonna change because I'm gonna run my new RCA since it's a 4 and 4 instead of running 2 RCAs. My son did this one, so I let him play around with the wires. So we already loomed and wrapped this one with him. We just gotta do the rest of it. So I'm gonna get back to doing the rest of it, then I'll show you guys it when it's finished, and that's gonna be that, man. All right, so popping back in because I'm showing y'all how I be doing this. So this is the remote wire to my amp, right? I know exactly how far this wire needs to be. I know exactly where it's gonna be routed. So like, it's a wire where I can go ahead and get it right. And the only thing I have to do to this wire is solder it when my new tips get here. So for now, I'm just gonna go ahead and make the loom and go ahead and put it together, so that way when my other soldering iron tips get here, I can just solder it in. So what I've done, which I didn't see, was took my roll, measured it out, measured how long the wire is, measured how much of this I'm gonna need. Then all I sit here and do, right? So all I'll do is, let me see if I can get y'all set up right here. Yeah. All right, I'll find where the end of my wire is so that it stops right there. You can't push it. So what I'll do is I'll pinch these two like this, kind of make it implode, grab the wire, slide it back, and then I'll do that all the way through. Then when I'm fully done, I'll take me some heat shrink, roll it onto the end, and then I'll label it. So I'll label that this is my remote wire, and being that it's to the audio system, I tend to label these somewhere towards the middle of the wire of the loom itself. So after I get this all the way done, I'm not gonna do anything, but I'll put a label probably like midway that says remote wire, and then I'll throw some clear heat shrink over top of it so that it lasts for the entirety of the car, and then that'll be that. But yeah, I just popped back in just to show y'all that right quick. All right, so your boy did end up getting a few more wires loomed out. Just ignore that. It's a template I'm coming up with to cover up the radio. So I did get it loomed up. Then I got it routed. So I got a few wires loomed and routed. And mind you, this isn't its final form. It's just to keep it together out the way. Make sure everything reaches as it's supposed to. See, clean. I love how clean it is. I got a few other things I'm gonna probably end up getting in today. Run a few more tests, and then hopefully I will either end this video with testing the sound system, or the next video start with me testing the sound system. So if this video doesn't start with me testing the sounds, it doesn't end with me testing the sound system, to be continued next time on Dragon Ball Z. If it does, then we got another set of projects we got to get harping on to get over and out the way. So yeah, I'm getting back to it. Oh, ignore the headlights, you know. I got a little harness we about to make. Just ignore that. It's okay. It's okay. We going crazy. I'm tired of wiring though. I ain't gonna hold y'all. All right, so I had to turn the music off right quick because I was playing that Uncle Larry, bro. That Larry June. Hey, if you know about Larry June, you a real one. If you don't, hey, bro, go learn about Larry June. But we tested the full system. I posted videos of the test on my Instagram story. So if y'all want to see how this mug hits, sounds, prior to it being in the video, because of the music I was playing, go check out my Instagram, and then you'll be able to see. I know my wires look a mess right now, and it's tearing my OCD up. But for now, I'm gonna leave it like it is. I'm not really gonna mess with it, and that's because I'm cleaning stuff up, putting everything in the loom and naming what each thing is and where it goes. So like right now, taking apart the middle 3.5, we soldered it up at the joint. So I don't know, let me see if I can get y'all to see that right there. So like, all right, that's my joint. We soldered that up, and then I built the loom that breaks off from it. So we got that right there. Then I'm gonna solder it into the speaker itself, throw some heat shrink over it, and then that one's done. And that's what we're gonna do, speaker by speaker by speaker. And then we gotta do our tweeters that you can't see physically right now. Our tweeters are going up here, so we gotta do those the same way. The 6x9s, both are already loomed and done, because those are done with spade connectors. So those are already done. I'll focus on getting everything fully cleaned up on this side, wired in, then I'll run the loom for the tweeters and everything after we finish the middle. And then actually I'm probably gonna start cutting that so I can go ahead and measure the loom for that, because it'll come off of there. Still got to figure out whether I want the loom to be a whole loom or a half a loom. I will figure that part out. Either way, we gotta finish that up. Then we'll move to the driver's side, loom all of that stuff up, clean it up, place it, and then we'll be done with the audio system stuff. From there, I'll move on to our window switches. So yeah, man, that's where we at with this. This is how we gonna end this one out. You see, I got my 210s in here. They are hitting like a motherfucker. I do love these things. I am gonna end up sound deadening the rear though after having it in, because my license plate rattles. I don't like that. And then of course I haven't done any work or anything to this yet, and then we're gonna make this all pretty. So a lot of stuff gonna be changing over the next few videos, because I can get a lot of the interior done now, but we got to finish up the wiring first. So yeah, y'all stuck around this long. Hey man, I appreciate y'all. I'm glad y'all sticking around and following the build. Hopefully you enjoying it as much as I am, because your boy is building a car from scratch. Oh, next few videos, I'm not gonna bore y'all with wiring. I'm not gonna hold you. So the next video will be me showing that we're done with the wiring part as far as the audio system. And I'll start building our harness for our headlights. So I'll record me building the harness for the headlights, our headlights, our turn signals, and our fog lights. Do a build series on that, and then from there we got to tear the whole front end down and then prep this thing for me to paint the engine bay. So we moving and grooving. It's long, been a little minute coming, man. Been a little minute coming, but yeah. Y'all fuck with y'all boy, drop a like, drop a comment, sub, you feel me? Hey, share this with somebody. If you felt like you want to build a car from scratch, bro, it's easier than you think. It's not that hard. It takes patience, but it's not that hard. All it takes is money and patience and time. That's really it, bro. But yeah, that's all for this one. And with that being said, your boy Hype is out. Peace.
Who is it that's got you all gassed up? Yeah. Change